And today, we're going to react to something a bit different. Shmee150. I love watching his videos. It's been a long time since I got to watch some of his videos. But he bought his dream house, and we're going to check it out, and has a new garage. So I'm curious on his car inventory and everything. My name is Alex. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Go check out Shmee150. Link in the description below. And the Shmee Museum. And let's go on with it. Before we get on with the video, I need y'all to click that subscribe button so we can hit 100K subscribers by the end of the year. Click the notification bell because I post 2 to 3 videos a day, which is 14 to 21 videos a week. We are back on the grind. Vlog videos are coming out soon, and car challenges are coming out soon. So stay tuned for those. Click the like button if you guys like me doing these react videos. And who should I react to next? Leave a comment below.
It started with a camera.
Oh my gosh. Oh, he shows 4GT at 6.
And a simple love for cars.
Ooh.
Standing on the pavement, chasing the sound of
By the way, I've seen that exact Pagani. I have a picture of it.
engines, spotting machines
Sesto?
I could only dream about. Back then,
He loves that.
it was
How
never
many miles does he have on that 4GT, by the way?
about ownership. It was about passion, curiosity, community.
Oh, snap.
Somehow, along the way, that journey changed. Opportunities grew,
I think it's the UK.
dreams became real, and those
Yes.
cars I once filmed found their way home. But this isn't a story about cars. It's a story about progression. Because for every car guy, there's a bigger dream. Not just what you drive, but where you bring them back to.
I forgot how many cars he had.
This place has history.
Ooh.
A working barn shaped by time, purpose, and hard work. Now it's ready for a new chapter. Every beam, every wall, every detail being reimagined to create something special. A space built around passion, craftsmanship, and the cars that made this journey possible. This is more than a garage, more than a collection. It's the evolution of the channel and the beginning of something bigger. From spotting cars to building the ultimate petrolhead's dream.
Hi guys, I'm Shmee. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to my biggest project ever. Welcome to the new Shmuseum. Here we are. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I have bought my dream house and we are driving down what we're calling Launch Lane, the private drive that leads to the house and the new garage. It's been a long process and I have a lot to tell you about, but we are here in the Ford GT, the same car that was the first to enter the previous chapter, the Shmuseum. This is the new...
How long has he owned that Ford GTA? Like, that's one of his oldest cars.
barn, the new house right here. We have been going through the motions to make this happen for a while. I love the style of a barn conversion, and I love the idea of being able to create a new garage.
His house is interesting, but I like the modernality and like all the wood. I think that's really, really cool.
Conversion, and I love the idea of being able to create a new garage exactly how I want it from the ground up. We've been teasing it for a while, but we're here now. We're going to head inside, and I have so much.
I don't know what kind of wood that is. I love house tours.
This has happened then. We are surrounded by a number of acres of my private slice of English countryside. We have some fields around us. We've got the garden. There's going to be lots of work to do there. The house used to house...
It's like the UK Stradman in a way.
Rain. It is now our home. I'm going to show you around inside in a moment, give you a house tour. Never done anything like that on the channel before. Behind is what's called the cart lodge. The cart lodge, I suppose, used to be for equipment machinery. It's going to become the daily garage. And then we get to the big one. The big old barn here. I say old quite literally. It is significantly older than I am.
Yeah.
It needs a lot of work, but it's an enormous space, a blank canvas.
See, I like stuff like this. I like renovations and stuff, like home tours and all this stuff. So if you guys want to go see some content, go check out my vlog channel. And we're making not car tours, home react video content on there.
To be turned into something
I couldn't speak.
even better than the Schmuseum has ever been. Not only that, the ideas for what we're going to be doing around, we've got the driveway area, we've got the fields, and let's just say we're going to get a little bit creative with this. We're going to be doing some things that are really quite fun in this new pivot for the Schmuseum channel primarily. The works that are going to be happening, even starting right inside the house, the garden, the barns, you name it all. I think we should go in and do a almost MTV Crib style. Let me go show you my house.
Yeah.
Come on in. Let me show
I like this. It's
you
just
around.
simple.
So,
I love his house already.
This is
It's not
completely
me glazing. I'm a bit, like I said, I'm a big house guy, a real estate guy, and I just love how the shape of the house is. It's small, nothing too big, and you just get all this land, like he said. It's interesting how the wood is.
the works that are going to be
This
happening.
is a unique house.
Even
Very, very
starting
unique
right inside the house, the garden, the barns, you name it all. I think we should go in and do a almost
like
MTV
like
Crib
a small
style. Let me show you my
townhome, I
house.
feel like.
Come on in. Let me show you around. So, this is completely empty and very echoey. Echo! Echo! So you'll have to accept my apologies for that. Welcome to my new home.
That's a small
I
door.
have previously always lived in basically apartment buildings. This is the first time buying such a house, but the idea of having a home right next to the garage was too hard
nice.
to ignore.
Yeah.
Welcome to the new setup then. So we've got this entrance hall area. Part of me is like, F1 car up on the wall, but I don't think that will go down very well with Puppy 150. So come on through for the time being, because one of the biggest things that we particularly loved about this setup,
Yeah, the kitchen.
again very echoey, is this enormous kitchen, dining, living area.
So simple.
This space which must
Of course,
be...
he's gonna put inventory in it, but it's just so simple. It's like not too big.
I'm going to guess 9 meters by 12 or 13 meters. It's massive, it's very echoey, loads of light, loads of glass. In fact, we're going to do, like I said, stuff with the garden. We'll actually go for a little walk around outside later, but being able to step right on out,
I wonder
go
how expensive this is in the UK.
for a little tour around the wood floors. You know, I'm thinking we'll
like
have a
it.
dining table area over here. We'll have, I don't actually know what in this corner, but over this side will be TV, sofas. I actually spend surprisingly little time watching TV. Since moving into my previous flat 3 years ago, which we actually did on the Schmuseum channel, I haven't even ever set up a TV in the lounge. That's
Wow.
how little it ever got used. Then we've got the kitchen area, all brand new, obviously,
like
just
it.
set up.
Leave a comment below if you guys know your like stuff about like real estate and like interior designing and all that stuff. What kind of wood is this? It looks really nice.
Lots to learn, nice little bar area at the front, breakfast bar area. It's quite strange when everything is a learning curve. Like, I have no idea how all of this stuff works. And we've got fridges in there.
that's so cool.
Even a wine fridge, which is quite nice.
That's funny.
I'm sure Puppy will appreciate. So that's the kitchen. Come on through here. We've got a little laundry room. Again, all brand new, lots of equipment and stuff around as well. Don't need to show all of those boring bits. Back out to this side where we have, and these rooms, it's funny, they
Like a
look,
bedroom?
well, not huge when they're completely empty, but that's actually a really decent sized room. And then on this side as well, empty.
That's about the size of my bedroom. Maybe a tiny bit bigger, but that's about the same size.
But that's actually a really decent sized room.
Yeah.
And then on this side as well, there's another, I think this could be like
Guest room.
you could use it as a study, bedsit,
That
whatever
too.
it might be, with a bathroom right alongside.
So there's
And then
no
over
guest
here,
beds.
You've got Harry Potter's cupboard under the stairs. Not joking, literally cupboard right under the stairs.
Man, it'd been hilarious if we just had something just to jump out at you.
I'm not entirely sure what that would be used for, other than
Storage.
a bit of storage. And then around this side is the back door that eventually is going to take you to the cart lodge. But we're going to get there. For the moment, come on upstairs.
So we've got
Obviously,
2 bedrooms.
I haven't built this. I have purchased the property from a developer. So this isn't necessarily my exact choice of design. And there are some things that we are going to change. And luckily, I happen to know a man named Martin from Novus Workspace Solutions. I think we should start coming down to this end of the upstairs. So this is, of course, the principal bedroom.
Okay.
This will be our bedroom. A massive
3
space. Double bed up against the
Yeah.
wall, seating area over here, and a bit of a balcony, terrace, and an amazing view across the fields. I mean, just on a nice day, opening up these doors fully and having that...
It's a big balcony, by the way. Very, very big balcony.
...space outside.
That's actually really massive. What the heck? Wow.
It's going to be really, really lovely. This is a dream. This is a complete dream. Come through here. We have a bit of a walk-in wardrobe. Going to explain more about that in a second. And obviously the bathroom. And I think we might need to get some blinds and curtains in. Gosh, there's a lot of echo in here. Because currently, not entirely sure, even though there's nobody anywhere.
Yeah.
Not sure that I would want to hop in a shower with nothing over the windows. But nice bathtub, double vanities, absolutely lovely. Come through this way. We obviously don't need as many bedrooms as we might have here. So, this bedroom, they're all en suite.
So that's the fourth bedroom.
This bedroom could become useful for the bathroom and could become useful for taking it all the way through and making an even bigger walk-in wardrobe, which will certainly go down very well with somebody in particular. So I think we might be going down those lines. Opposite is spare bedroom
That's number 5.
Again, these rooms are huge. This must be 4 by 6 meters, something like that. Wardrobe, bathroom, all, I mean, right now I guess very generic because it's just white walls and new build, but very, I'm gonna say American in style. I mean, the ceilings are 3 meters tall. So massive ceilings, awesome view from here. Out those upper glass windows, and also there's a skylight up on top. And then we have 2 matched bedrooms.
6, 7. Not to make the joke, but to make the joke at the same time. 7 bedrooms is insane.
This end, maybe.
And there's like, it's like, someone guessed 7 bedrooms, 4 baths, 5 baths.
For the future, you got
I've seen at least 4 or 5.
bedroom with an adjacent shower room as well. But all
6. 7 bedrooms. Dang.
Super
This house
simple, nicely built, nicely set up. We've got the underfloor heating system. Everything's quite cold right now. We need to get all of that turned on. And again, another bedroom that matches it over on this side with the view to what's going to be. I mean, there's a little terrace downstairs with the paving and fenced in, but we could change bits of that. Knowing what's going to be in there in the future, that's like the dream. It's the absolute dream. Everything on the same site.
I might make a video for that for the vlog channel. So this is, I guess,
the house as it is today. We've got to find lighting. We've got so much work ahead of us to make this livable. Step 1 is going to be bringing things in, but this is this is a huge project. I haven't even turned lights on. We've got some beautiful lights on the outside of the house as well, but there's going to be a lot of work, even here, ignoring where we're going next. Coming outside, obviously the house is clad in cedar wood, which I think looks particularly pretty. I also really like the lighting that we have on the outside, obviously motion detection.
It seems like a Minecraft, the lighting.
And everything like that, and all the cameras and everything built in. But I want to come and show you the garden. Now, at the minute, we're sandwiched between the house and the cart lodge, because obviously these were agricultural buildings. This was an active farm. It is now a very different type of thing. But come through this way, and I've not even been out through this gate before, but lift that, come with me into what is effectively at the moment basically a paddock.
Very pretty grass.
It's just grass surrounded by a stock fence. Obviously this was farmland, but this is the early stages. I'm imagining a nice flat bit of lawn over here, a kitchen garden with some flower beds, maybe grow some fruit and veg. Obviously we've got the terrace from the kitchen and the living room area here as well, which could open up. Maybe we could even make a nice pathway, have a pergola, something like that, off the back of the cart.
About a pool.
Lodge.
I don't know, that's
but
just
basically, surrounded by trees. Obviously it's winter time, so
I like it.
Not very green at the moment, and not a whole lot else other than in a field over there, a whole lot of sheep chilling, which is, I don't know, it's a completely different style of life. It feels so peaceful, so calm, so quiet. But let's come back this way, head through, because I want to show you a couple of other things that we have here. Obviously nice wet shoes, thanks to it raining a lot at the moment. So on this side we have a shed. Obviously this is just a bit of storage space, but it happens to be a lot of storage space. It's pretty dark in there, but
you can make this is just me, because I have I'm very creative and I have a vision of like this. So when it comes to like designs and kind of stuff, this is how it happened to like Minecraft and everything. I could see this as another small, like one garage, like your special car, or you can make it into a nice like a small car wash. I don't know how that would happen, but like a wash, you put a gutter in there. You get some like have like racks, like a sponge. You're designing stuff, like detailing, not designing. My fault. You could definitely redo this.
It's about what, 12, 13 meters long, 3 or 4 meters wide. Perfect place eventually for storing, I guess, some materials and random stuff. And then if we come back up this way and around towards the end, obviously at this height on the gravel, you're behind the wooden fence, but just another nice outdoor area that comes straight out from the first rooms we saw on the ground floor. So the office room, and I don't know what the second room would be used for down the line. But we should probably explain a little bit more about this. To get there, we need to go the long way around for the minute. Coming around here, we've got the roadway, the continuation of Launch Lane, which just seemed like a fun name to call it, that again goes past the grain store. When I came to view this property for the first time, this was in use, filled with grain, but I'm going to show you inside in a moment. On the house, I've just noticed we've got these glass balustrades across the windows, which is quite a nice detail.
I don't know if that's what it's called in the UK. I'm going to guess that's what it's called. I forgot what they're called in the US. Oh,
well,
geez.
I'm not sure about the fence. Part of me wants to make it a little bit wider, but that will have some connection to the plans I've got for this side. But behind it is what was called the cart lodge. I think this is the space that used to house all of the farm machinery when it was active. It is, of course, a fairly basic barn.
Yeah.
It's deceptively large. It doesn't feel large, but it's about 2,500 square foot.
I don't mind
250
it. I
odd
like
square
it.
meters with some enormous openings. Obviously, the 4GT is in here at the moment because it's starting to drizzle, so we got it out of the rain. We're also currently borrowing a Ranger from MSRT, and we've got some security on site at the minute also. But basically, this is a massive space, which I think in theory, you could fit 6 cars across, get 2 between each upright, at least 5. Yes, of course, it'd be slightly awkward for the ones that are behind the upright posts, but it's a big space, it's a very tall space, and even without the big barn, this would probably be enough of a space on its own because you can fit easily 2 deep. You can probably even fit some extra cars at the back. I reckon at a squeeze, you could get 15 cars in here.
Dang.
Maybe more, maybe 18, something ridiculous like that. It's actually already got an electric car charger. I'm not even sure, maybe that's required, but what we'll do is we'll get a CTEK double connection, ChargeStorm connected 2 in there so that we can have all of the runarounds like the Alpine and the Skoda all up and running. Obviously the uprights have a bit of a restriction in terms of what we can do where, but it's been reclad. The old cladding at some point will have been taken off because obviously it will have been built, I guess, back in the 60s, something like that. So it's been reclad at some point along the way. And down the line, I'm thinking, you know, concrete floor, garage doors, make it a nice garage space. Maybe further afield, we can put in some rooms at the back, something like this. But it feels like early days to try and plan all of that. Just as I look around, there are so many little things, like there's a tile or part of wood that's come down there, there's a bit of gutter that's come off, so we're gonna need to work on all of that. And obviously over at this end, we've got another gate to take any, if we get a tractor, equipment into the paddock, the garden on this side also. But it's nice having all this tarmac, you know, to have all of this, no shortage of parking spaces, no shortage of driveway space, and lots of ideas. In fact, I've got ideas even for this area, but I think before we do that, we should head back around. I'm gonna go get the keys and come and show you the bit I'm probably most excited about. Before we get to the bit that literally sold this property to me, obviously I'd like to mention this is my private home. We're going to be sharing everything that we do. We've got some great friends who are going to be involved. The project is going to be managed by Martin. He's going to be probably bossing us all around and telling us what we should be doing and making sure we're getting the right people for building all of this, the inside of the house, the garden, the barns. But with all of that, I would like to mention that this is of course private property. This is my private home, my private base, and therefore I'd really appreciate if you can respect that as well and respect the privacy of what we're doing here. We're going to be sharing all of it with you through the channels. Talking of which, this comes first, so to skip across here and not get too
I might make some of these videos for the vlog channel.
Today, I have the keys and I want to show you inside because you don't often find a house that you'd like to live in, and anybody who's ever bought a home as a couple will understand what I mean, that you each have different things, you've got to make it all work. But not only the house, but alongside the house, an absolutely enormous home for a growing car collection. And I first came here about a year ago, literally a few days off a year ago, and I was a bit nervous because
I'm not gonna lie, it was well above my original price bracket, but thankfully mortgaging has made this possible and made it work. And here we are. So let me come in and show you. And it's very reminiscent of when we moved into the original Schmuseum. And everybody kind of commented at the time that it was basically just a cowshed. Well, it was. And this is basically just a grain store. So let me lift these incredibly heavy doors to come and show you inside the new
This
home
reminds me of the Triple F collections, like their garage.
of my car collection. Where are the
Dang,
lights?
I
Let me
like
turn
this.
these on. And yes, it is literally just an enormous 1960s barn, echoing like crazy. But this is where it's all about imagination.
me.
Obviously, I can't start anything until we're here, but I have so many ideas for how this will be. So the space we're in right now is in the region just shy of 6,000 square foot. I think it's about 5,800 square foot. For some perspective, the Schmuseum is about 7,000. So this enclosed space is ever so slightly smaller than the current Schmuseum setup. I'm going to completely rearrange everything in terms of
texted me?
entrances, in terms of how we do this exactly. But as a feel, it's very tall. Height means you can stack up a little bit. It just needs a lot of work. And by a lot, I mean
Tons.
a lot. Luckily,
Yeah.
being an agricultural site, we have 3-phase electricity, which is very helpful for car lifts and things we might want to do with that in the future. But we're basically going to have to start from the ground up and start with actually the boring administrative bit, which is the paperwork of planning permissions and that hilarious project side. And I've spent a bit of time watching other content creators on YouTube who have done projects like this, and I have learned an awful lot already. On this side, we have what's called the lean-to, which is another nearly 4,000 square foot. So if you're thinking what I'm thinking, enclose all of this, put
Yeah.
them together, make an entrance, and all of a sudden you have nearly 10,000 square
Dang.
foot of garaging space, plus 2.5 of the cart lodge.
Wow.
That is nearly double the current Schmuseum. And I've done all sorts of floor plans. I've always, since I was a kid, loved planning out, almost being a very amateur attempt at being an architect, just planning out layouts, designs, the way I'd like to do things. And I've been doing exactly the same with this. Obviously, from the learnings of the current Schmuseum, I know the direction and the way I need to go in terms of insulation, in terms of heating and cooling, in terms of all the different rules and regulations you have to adhere to. But this is the perfect, I'm just calling it a blank canvas. It is literally a blank canvas. It is a building with pre-existing planning permissions, with the possibility to develop it into what I'd like to develop it into. Even when the vendor asked about getting rid of all of this, I was like, just leave it. We'll figure something to do with the bricks and be able to use them in some capacity. So bring all of this together, and I'm thinking a space with multiple zones. I'm thinking a main zone with the car collection, super pretty, really bright. I'm then thinking more of a storage room, clean, tidy, but with cars, perhaps even just looking after friends' cars as I do at the moment. Not in a commercial way, just in a fun way, because it's cool to have nice cars around. Then what if we could have a dedicated area for doing the wheel swaps, for doing the dirty stuff, so you don't bring a car that's just been out in a thunderstorm straight into the clean garage, in addition to just having daily cars more accessible, more easily able to take them out than having to maneuver them around everything and navigate the struggles that come with that. Of course, this area can all be done as well. I want to touch a little bit more on the exterior, and I'd really like to tidy this up and have a nice space again for just parking, to have the ability to bring more things on site. That's before we even talk about the driveway, but this is the big bit. This was the selling point, which to me was a massive, massive point. To anybody else would be a major no-go. Having a space like this, a matter of meters away from a forever home, that's not something you find very frequently. And it just so happens in an area very near where I grew up, so I know it pretty well, and I like the area a lot. Peaceful, quiet, calm, and ready for the grain store to become something in future. We haven't decided final names. I've toyed a little bit with potentially calling this Granary Garage, the garage that used to be the granary, or the Schmuseum 2.0. we'll have to decide which way that goes, but I'm excited about that space. Let me go and lock it back up. For the next part of this tour, we have upgraded the footwear to some boots that were a gift from Brabus. Actually from the media launch of the XLP 800 Adventure, which is the massive off-roading G-Wagon that can completely get lost in the wilderness, which was held in an old quarry. Really cool site. Was a bit messy for filming, so they gifted us some Wellington boots. Anyway, come out to this side, which is basically a bit of nothing. There was clearly something here in the past because there's a bit of hard standing mixed under it, but basically it's been unloved. We are surrounded by a ditch and by some trees to the adjacent properties, but effectively we've just got this unused space.
Yeah.
That gives me the idea, what if we could tarmac all the way around? That would have a couple of benefits. Hiding a trailer around here out of sight. Being able to just have, let's say when we have deliveries for the construction of things, they can drive all the way around rather than having to do three-point turns and inevitably tearing up the grass along the way. But even in the future, on the barn, let's say we put some rooms inside. We could have windows. We could even bring the door to this side to be a little bit more secluded and out of sight, a bit more private, which is obviously always something nice as well. And there's a decent amount of space back here.
Oh yeah.
If you actually look at it, it must be about 10 meters or so wide and across. And then even this area here, if we needed to do some car washing or something down the line, I could build a wash bay or something like that down here. The obvious thing to point out is that the cladding on the barn is not in a great state and definitely needs to be safely removed. We've obviously done a lot of surveys and it is old, it is asbestos. That does have to go safely, so that's going to be something. And I think interesting to share, that's one of the things I want to do with this whole project, is share more of what goes into doing that.
If you guys want me to react to like him, like what's it called, him doing all the process of it, go check out my vlog channel. I'm doing, of course, that's my vlog channel. That's my channel of all different kinds of content. And then I'm also starting. I did make a react channel. All my other channels got hacked. I'm slowly bringing them back. I'm deleting like 4 of the channels, so I'm just gonna have 3. Which is the gaming channel, this channel, and the vlog channel. So I'm letting the react channel go into the vlog channel, having like a separate category. So if you guys want to see more progress on this video, like on his process of the property that he has, because I'm kind of invested, go to my vlog channel, go see those videos.
That type of stuff and learn it more myself as well. But just imagine this fully...
This video is also going to be on the vlog channel, so check it out. And please click the like button if you guys want to see more progress on this on the restoration of the property. I can't speak English right now for some reason.
Closed.
My language processing disorder is kicking my butt right now.
Just noticed there's even a pile of slates or something down here, but fully enclosed, fully finished up, and really nicely presented. Imagine this looking like the main house, you know, with some wood cladding on the outside. Just something a little bit prettier than the mishmash of materials that it has at the moment would obviously be a really, really nice result. So we could even, I don't know what planning permissions allow, that's always going to be the fun thing to discuss, but put up another shed here for some equipment or for some stuff, depending how it all goes. Concrete up or tarmac up various different areas. It's going to be a very fun journey, and I'm definitely going to need a lot of help. So if you think that might be you, let me know as well, because
Shmee, I don't know if he has or hasn't. Try, because I don't know what it's like in the UK or anything, but I would say you could ask the Stradman. But the UK and the US are so much to think about with this.
There is so much. Oh, it's gonna be a couple of years, but it's all about the journey. Keeping on the more appropriate footwear, because where we're headed, into the middle of the big field, is surprisingly squishy. It's rained a lot in the UK over the last couple of weeks. In fact, I think they've officially said it's rained every single day of this year in this country, which is wonderful. And this field is very boggy, very soft, and very muddy. Obviously, until very recently, it's been for grain. It's been left like this over the last few months because of the change of ownership and the new plans with it. But I don't entirely know where I'm going to go with that. The idea for me was having space around the property, having the ability to think in the future for it, but for the time being, it's basically just an abandoned, empty field with the track that runs up here for other farmer access.
Make your own go-kart track.
Although obviously complicated in terms of who can go where and what they can do. We have this driveway, which must be a couple of 100 meters, I would guess, of tarmac road that comes through the fields that we own at the roadside as well.
Expand the road, maybe?
And this is Launch Lane, as I nicknamed it earlier, Puppy's idea, because it's the entryway. We can make it look pretty. We could put some trees down each side, have some nice lighting, and that feeling of excitement when pulling up to the house, when pulling up to the garage. And when I see it behind me, I'm just like, this is a complete dream.
It's
to
cool.
have a beautiful
I like it.
home and the potential and ideas for what we're going to do with that garage. Now, we're going to go into more detail walking around the property over on the Schmuseum channel to just see what we find, because I think this is going to be a massive learning and discovery session, just walking around here and taking everything in, inspired a bit by my friend Life of Tom Syndicate, and their project on the 110 farm. We're not quite 110 acres, but we've got some space. We've got a lot of plans, a lot of exciting things for the future. In front of the house here, where I pulled up with the GT earlier, we've got this parking area, a car park. I think the developer maybe built this thinking that there would be other properties around as well, so this would be a shared space. It's a big old space for people
It's
to come and
big.
visit a house. I mean,
Yeah,
in the future, we
too
could put
big.
a decking in, perhaps over half of it, or do something else that takes up some of the space, or even just something a little prettier around the front of the house as well. But here we have this new project that I'm excited to share with
excited.
you as well. You know, this channel started over 16 years ago.
That's
It's
insane.
been something like 7,000 videos, multiple billions of views later. You guys have been there from the very first videos, the first cars I was lucky to buy, growing the supercar collection, ultimately 5 years ago or so, moving in to the Schmuseum V1, which still exists, of course, for today, and there will be more about that on the Schmuseum channel. But it's always been so exciting for me to not only experience these things, but to be able to share them with you as well. From speccing cars, to going on crazy events, to taking cars to things all around the entire world. And this for me is now something totally new, a new project. I've never done anything in the property world whatsoever, but I talked about
should react
this
to
on the
some of his older
Schmuseum channel,
videos
being
that I haven't
lucky
seen in a
to
long
live,
time.
what, 10 meters, 12 meters away from where
I
the
think I
cars are
started.
gonna
I don't think I would say I was an OG for sure. I think I started watching when I was like 8th grade.
restored is literally a dream for me.
Maybe
being able to
7th.
have multiple different rooms to set things up differently depending what it is exactly. Being able to share all of this with you, to talk about the garden, the exterior, the cart lodge, the barn, being able to show all of that and being justified in doing the development as well because it's my own property. You know, when you're leasing something like the current Schmuseum, which will of course live on in the immediate future, there are big restrictions in terms of the bill, how much
Yeah.
money you want to throw into different parts of it, because ultimately
Yeah.
you're not going to see a return. When you own it and it's yours forever, that's a very, very different concept. So I want to share with you and bring you along on this journey as we build this into not only
excited.
the dream house, which we have right here, but literally the dream,
If you guys
dream
want to, like I said, see the progress, go check out it on my vlog channel.
property, the dream estate, however you want to call it, the dream garage, the dream
And on this channel.
extension to the house. Is
Meaning
that what you call
I'm
the small
making this
garage?
for the vlog
and
channel.
obviously finishing off the works to turn this into something that is absolutely home forever. Now here in the UK, barn conversions are quite a big thing because planning for new properties is very difficult. It's a big challenge getting through planning permissions. A lot of people, developers, private people, will buy agricultural buildings and then build them into something exactly like this. So it retains the shape. It still has
Yeah.
the part up at the top, which was, I think, for pulleys or something to do with the grain silos that were inside. I've actually got all of the photos from that work and that development originally, maybe
cool.
more to share and tell you the story of it in the future. But then effectively rebuilt brick. It's actually a category A rated property, so that's pretty effective. And it brings me on to a topic, right? If I now want to put solar panels on the roof, I can. And that's something I could never previously do. So help with bills in the future, help maybe make the whole place be able to run if we have sunnier days. And this in a very, very thermally effective way, even charging up the EVs that we'll have in the future and that side of it also. But I love the way it's finished. When we saw the house and when we came to visit it, obviously it was primarily advertised, showing you that way, not letting you see that that was right next door, because to a lot of people, that would be considered an eyesore. To
fidgety
me,
right
my
now.
mind went, wait a second, I see what we could do here, and I still see what we can do here, and I promise this journey is gonna be so exciting.
I'm
Well,
excited.
English weather is doing what English weather does. It is now pouring with rain.
No.
Absolutely atrocious. I guess the first time we're going to see where the puddles form. We do actually have a small issue with the heating. which I guess is always going to be the way, teething problems with a brand new build. But that's really what this journey is going to be about, sharing with you as we go from here to building the garage, to setting everything up. And it's all going to be on the second channel, on the Shmuseum. So please be subscribed if you'd like to come along for what we create out of this amazing place. Quite literally, the dream house has become reality, inspired by Life of Tom, inspired by my friend the Stradman, having spent a lot of time
let's
at
go.
his dream house, and now of course sharing with you this journey. So thank you very much to everyone who has been part of all of this over the last, well, coming up to 2 decades now. What a journey it's been. If you like videos like this, check out the one right over there. That's it for this time, and I'll see you.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please go check out Stradman. Oh my god. Go check out Shmee150 and the Shmee Museum channel. Link in the description below. And thank you, Shmee150. Congratulations on the new home. I can't wait to see the journey. And please leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell, and have a good day.